listen, y'all gonna have to, you know how when people come over and visit and you gotta be respectful?
Yeah.
Okay. This is one of those situations. You're needed to comment because the person's asking for your help, all of our help. But I don't think y'all prepared for this.
Uh-oh.
We gotta help somebody with their V cards.
Okay.
I know. Okay, so it says, Dear Freak Show, my fiance and I enjoy listening to you guys on the way to work in the morning. We always appreciate your openness and honesty, and that's why I am writing you. My fiance and I met at church, and after dating for a while, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. Our relationship is fabulous, it's very strong, and it's built on our relationship with God. I am very excited and, to be honest, a little stressed out about my wedding night. I've never been with anybody in the bedroom before, and not even my fiance. We both have been waiting our entire lives, making this moment very special for us. And yes, before you even ask, I am 100% a virgin, and so is he. So there's been no activity. I want to make this evening memorable and special, but I'm not quite sure how to go about it to make it the best possible. We don't watch any of those type of videos, just to let you know. So I'm going into this kind of blind. We both are, and figured you guys could potentially help with some of the things that you talk about. How can I make this night go smoothly without being nervous at the same time?
But I think both of you guys are going to be nervous. So that shared kind of feeling can make you feel a little bit better because you're both experiencing it at the same time. But if I was to give you some advice, I would make sure you knock it out before the end of the night, because if you're waiting till your wedding day, you're going to be exhausted. So before the reception, when you guys are alone, I would go to the hotel room or whatever.
No, that's not.
You're going to make them freaky deaky?
No.
Nobody just do it in the middle of the reception unless you freaky deaky.
No, before the reception. You know how, like, after you walk down the aisle and then you take photos, and then there's usually like an hour, like a cocktail hour or whatever, and then you can go get a refresh and stuff like that in your hotel
Flag
room.
on the play.
Because at your wedding night, usually people pass out and they're really, really tired or they're drunk.
Well, that's better than doing it in the middle, because
Why?
you don't know
You're
how
awake.
you don't know how she's going to respond. Her body's never done that.
I think the whole point is that she wants to do it at the end of the night to make it a special occasion.
Yeah, she don't get to dress up.
Yeah.
You going to sneak it in the middle of the reception. That's like a that's
It's not in the- it's before.
That's for a
Like,
professional.
That's for people like us.
Yeah, that's for somebody who know what they doing, like up against a wall or something. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Why
like,
can't we have it kind of like that? Why can't we have
not
it up
for your
against the wall?
first time.
Yeah.
Why are we making it so grandiose? If you
about-
have such high expectations and it doesn't fulfill those requirements that you're thinking of, you're going to be let down.
Meredith, think about your first time, right?
Yeah.
Think about
It wasn't a-
think about navigating through your first time,
Yes.
trying to learn it. And also there's a lot of nerves into that. I would say the first thing of advice I would say is for both of you to relax, because this is going to be a long night for the both of y'all.
I don't think it's gonna be a long night. I think that thing gonna shoot off like a flare.
That's what I'm
It's gonna
saying.
be done fast.
That's what I'm
But still, you can't do, if you have never watched a movie and you have never, like, you don't know how to do it standing up against a wall in the mid before you go to the reception after you've just taken your pictures. That's a quickie. That's for the pros. You are a little bit more remedial. You got to lay down. You got to have an outfit on. You got to do all of that and talk and say, yeah, are you sure? Because, be careful be gentle. You got to do all
where
of
do you
that.
put
You know
this
what I
thing?
mean?
That sounds so unattractive.
No,
Like, oh my God, this is the first time I've seen it. Is it
Yeah.
a baby holding an apple? What is that?
I'm just thinking about like my first time and how I'm going to be honest, it wasn't the easiest thing. So,
You mean you weren't easy? I
like,
have a hard time believing that about
no,
you.
it was the same situation. Both RV cards were taken at the same time.
Oh, that's cute.
And to be honest, like, it wasn't the easiest thing. Like, I'm just gonna admit it. I couldn't navigate through the thing.
You couldn't navigate.
I couldn't.
Not all up through there.
I couldn't.
You didn't know where it was?
I thought it was just gonna be easy. It wasn't that easy.
Nah.
All right.
It looks a lot easier on film.
Yeah.
But
And so-
it ain't like that in real life.
So first thing I would say is relax. Second thing is communication is key, just like any relationship. But communication in this situation is key as well because you're both feeling each other out. This is your first time. You both need to communicate during it so that you guys can have the best time.
We got some great advice coming in. We'll take a quick break here. All right, listen, there are people who are taking this seriously. There's some good advice that is coming in. One that is a little sketch says they don't know what to expect. I say watch videos and movies, etc. So that can help you with the foreplay. They have to explore each other, not going all the way.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
you know what's alarming though? If you got two, like, you know, we're assuming good because it was written like, hey, we're really focused on the good stuff.
Right.
If they're good people, we want to send them to porn. Like for their first, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think about that. Somebody walks up to you and says, "Sir, can you tell me how to get an apple?" And you like, "Oh, you gotta go watch this porn first." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it seems like really irresponsible. We can't teach somebody without giving them smut.
Let it happen naturally.
I actually like this one out of 9 for 1. It says the best advice is no advice. Let them discover this experience together with each other, not with others' advice.
There's someone else that says you're building up the anxiety even more about giving all of these answers. So it's like almost like you just got to stumble through it. This other person said it took me and my boyfriend 3 times before we can get our rhythm right. It said we lost our V card together, but I was too scared. Yeah. So it took us 3 different times.
The fact of the matter is that everybody does it differently. So I think in this situation, I like the advice that you guys got to learn this on your own. And it's going to be a trial and error period.
It's kind of fun, though, to figure out what you like. Mm-hmm. You know, be open-minded.
Mike says once Buddy start getting it, it's jumping, it's over.
It's like Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
I mean, okay.
Don't expect it to last long the first time.
Well, and that's a good anticipation too. If you haven't read about it or talked to anybody about it or whatever, you don't know that this fight might be scheduled for 12 rounds.
Right.
But like a fight with Mike Tyson.
Yes.
It might end early.
No, not might.
And if it does, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means y'all got a lifetime to get great at this. Mm-hmm. This your first time. It's not gonna be like the movies, like the romance, like the Notebook. It ain't gonna be like that.
Also, you don't even know what you like, so I mean, it's going to be hard to discover that as well.
That's a great thing that they always say when they're counseling. How can a man or a spouse or a partner meet your needs if you don't know what your needs are? So you don't even know yet. So now y'all really, it's an open canvas. It's like you just walked into a painting class. Or what's that paint with the sipping and painting where you're drinking wine. Mm-hmm. You in there just, you got a blank canvas to just paint what you want to paint.
And you guys waited this long.
I do want to say the only thing I do agree with is that foreplay is important here.
Yes, it is.
Like you have to preheat.
Where they learn that at?
You got to preheat trial and error, like between each other. I mean, they've probably been doing other stuff. I can't write the story. I really don't know. But if the foreplay is the most important thing here, like I said, preheat the oven before you bake the cake.
Well, how does he even know what to do with that
That's
if
what
he
I'm saying.
hasn't watched it?
Yeah, if they ain't been talking to none of their dirty friends, they don't know anything about preheating ovens.
Man, if they ain't having sex, then they know what preheating oven is.
No, they said he said we 100%. Before you even ask, I am 100% virgin, and so is he. We haven't done any of those things. They have these are the ones. These ain't the ones that's like California sober or California virgins.
Dipping.
Like we still do this and do this, and you can't get pregnant this way, so that don't count. Like they ain't doing that. They're like, yo, we have not. I ain't seen it. Mm-hmm. He ain't seen it.
That's sweet.
You don't think he's been like over the blouse? You don't think any of that stuff happened? Because
maybe.
Man,
who knows?
I don't know. All right, let's see here. Wild. I think I got Gerard. Hey, hello.
Hello.
Hey, what up, Freakshow?
What up, though?
Hey, listen, Meredith, this one for you to start. How you gonna send her? How you gonna tell them to go get a quickie, Meredith? That ain't for her. That's for him.
Never
you
said
definitely
a quickie.
Hold on, Meredith. You definitely don't want them to start out with a quickie because now he gonna think that the race is only 3 minutes, and now she ain't really getting what she needs.
Yeah.
They need to take their time. They're both virgins, and we definitely don't want to send them to porn because what if one or the other get hooked on those visuals? They ain't never been intimate with each other. their relationship need to start out with just them, for them, only them, not Mr. Strong and Miss Swing from the ropes and learning that shit because they're not gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
So they need to start out slow. They both need to be turtles. They need to. But Meredith, you trying to make the man a rabbit? You can't do that.
That's not what
you
I
a woman.
said.
You know better than that.
Get up against this bar. Like what?
There's time in between the wedding.
Yeah, and then.
There's time in
But
between
Meredith,
the wedding.
this their first time though. You don't want their first time to be like,
It's gonna
it's
be
only
over quick anyway.
But no,
yeah,
but you,
it is.
But you can't put yourself
But
back
you want them
together.
So what if it happens, and her first time is uncomfortable, it's painful. Now she got to walk like she just got off a horse because you know what I mean. It's some friction there. So you don't, you want her to be able to say, okay, they lay down, they process what just happened, and
Talk
boom.
about it, yeah.
Then
definitely.
they can kind of deal with, Meredith, come on, Meredith, nah.
I still agree with what I
got
said.
you, man.
As somebody that's been married and been to many weddings, at the end of the night, usually people are so exhausted they don't even have sex. They don't even get together. So
But those are
my point
people who
was,
aren't missing it because they've had it already. These people have to sit in the afterglow of, even if it's a flare and it's a couple minutes, still the talking about it, saying, wow, so that's going to get better? Yeah, it is. You want to do it again? Yeah. Well, let me go get a popsicle first.
What do they call it?
Whatever.
Consummating the marriage?
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's what they call it?
Yes.
That's the old school way of doing it?
Why you look at me when you say old?
'Cause I do like this one from the A13. It says, tell her to shave.
she knows that.
Wow.
She knows
I
that.
Does she know that, though?
Are we keeping it real?
Does she know that? Because,
I
I mean, if you
mean-
ain't seen, I don't know who teaches you that. But
I mean,
I'm
your
just saying.
girlfriends, stuff like that. But I mean, they're pretty religious. So can she scream out God in the middle of it?
Okay, Meredith.
What?
Meredith.
Oh,
you know,
God.
like that. You go for the. Oh, my God.
Is that a
Okay.
sin?
All right. I don't know.
It's a good question.
I mean, if they're that deep, do you pray before it?
Yeah. Well, he's trying to be.
Like, do you pray and say, Lord, please guide us.
Please guide my
Lord,
thing.
please guide us the way you would want us to experience this, not the smutty way, but the spiritual way.
Very spiritual.
Amen.
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 Praise God.
Listen, we just playing. Y'all go out and enjoy yourselves because you've won. You
Yeah.
haven't had let anybody touch you. You've won. So, congratulations.
Enjoy it.
Let us know afterwards. And if you got a video,
Orlando and the Freak Show.
never mind.
Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel right here.